Twitter poll brought to you by Hair Saloon for Men. How about that? Well, imagine waking up one day to a diagnosis for one of your children, only to find out that it's rare and there's no cure. As a parent, I know what I would do. I would go to the ends of the earth to do everything I could to try to change the outcome of that situation. Our guest right now is Stephanie Snow Gebel, and she has started something called the Snow Foundation, along with her brother, J.T. Snow, who you might recognize, who's a former Major League Baseball player. Stephanie, welcome into the program.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here as well. And, of course, I can't go any further into this without mentioning your dad, Jack Snow, who, of course, played for the Rams and was a Rams announcer for many years. I had the pleasure of meeting him a couple of times through Steve Savard, so it was always a pleasure to get to know him.
Yeah, yesterday actually was the 11th year of his passing. It's been 11 years, and it's been devastating because he was my best friend. He would be helping me through this, raising money and awareness right now. So, but it's already been 11 years.
Wow. So tell us about Raquel's situation.
Sure. Raquel is 11 now, and when she was 5, she was diagnosed with a very rare form of diabetes called Wolfram Syndrome. And what Wolfram Syndrome is it starts out as type 1 diabetes, and it progresses to vision loss, hearing loss, neurodegeneration. So a lot of these kids suffer from like neurogenic bladders. They have urinary tract problems. They have all different slews of problems, balance, coordination. They have breathing problems. So Raquel is now blind in one eye, losing vision in the other, has really bad bladder. And on top of it, they have to deal with type 1 diabetes, insulin-dependent diabetes. So I'm trying to get the word out, raise the appropriate funding to get these clinical trials started at Washington University.
Is it one of those diseases or afflictions that, because it's so rare, there hasn't been as much
absolutely, yeah,
effort applied to finding a cure? I mean, is that how many people are affected by it?
There's about 30,000 in the world.
Okay,
but it's it's really, the scientists and doctors are thinking it's an underdiagnosed disease because there's diabetes is an epidemic. Almost 10% of the nation has type 1 or type 2 diabetes. So a little over 6 years ago, when we started the foundation, no one knew anything about this disease, and I was like sitting in my kitchen one night checking up on it, and there were no foundations, there were no website, there wasn't anything to go to find out. There was just horror story after horror story. So I thought, I'm going to change this because I don't want another mother or father to have to go through what I went through. And in less than 6 years, this foundation has raised the appropriate funding to continue clinics going at Washington University, to where the NIH has recognized them and funded these clinics. And now I'm working with a doctor by the name of Dr. Fumihiko Urano, who is getting ready to go to his first clinical trial on this disease. So
what are you, have you been able to have any impact? I mean, have they made any ground so far in trying to cure this?
We should know in the next 6 to 9 months if the drug that Dr. Urano is going to use is not going to cure the disease. It's a big Band-Aid. So if we can just stop the progression, if I can save my child's eyesight until the next 2 or 3 years with regenerative medicine coming down the pipe and all of this, if we can stop the disease where it is, I think the medicine and the direction that it's going, something will come from it and a cure will come from it. So
what kind of fundraising efforts are you doing at the Snow Foundation?
We've done a lot of fundraisers. We've done them out on the West Coast with JT, and the Giants have been supportive. The Rams, I still have to love my Rams. I'm sorry, guys. I do.
You get a pass. That's
I get
okay.
a pass.
You do, yeah.
It's in the blood. It's in the blood.
Yeah.
The Rams, Coach Fisher was always great with us, did a lot of foundation fundraisers out here. My husband works for Clayco Construction and Concrete Strategies. They've always backed us. Bob Clark raises a lot of money for Washington University, so he's been a big player with us raising money. Right now, we have an event in the fall, and a lot of it is garnering the support of different families. There's another foundation in Colorado, the Ellie White Foundation, that has done a lot for Dr. Urano and has raised good money. And I've been working with a family in New York, the Silbermans. Mark and Sonita have a beautiful daughter named Maya. They've raised significant funding. So it's just trying to get the word out. You don't get a lot of big financial support because it's not a big disease. And
Right.
that's our biggest fight right now is just because these kids are rare doesn't mean that, if they're not suffering from cancer, they're still suffering. So I'm trying to change the face of it, trying to get rare disease better funded because it's just not funded very well.
If you can, you've clearly done a good job, because if you can get the attention of a university like Washington University to apply attention to this, you're moving it in the right direction.
Right.
And I know that's what it's all about, right?
It is. I mean, in less than 6 years to be going to a clinical trial on a rare disease that no one even knew anything about it's pretty amazing. Sometimes I have to pinch myself. It's pretty amazing.
Well, thank you for your efforts. Let me give the foundation a website, thesnowfoundation.org. It's pretty easy, and you can go there and find more about Wolfram Syndrome research. And what is you've got the fundraiser coming up, you said, in the fall?
It's in the fall. We haven't picked a place. Usually Grants Farm has been very supportive, but that's kind of up in the air right now. We'll find a place. I'll be back on your show promoting it.
Well,
won't
good.
I?
Yeah. Well, we'll help any way we
Yes.
can, and just anything we can do to bring attention to it. And again, thesnowfoundation.org. Find out more about Wolfram Syndrome research. You see so often these things. They seem to come out of nowhere, and it suddenly somebody's life is devastated by it. And anything we can do to help, I'm glad to do that.
Thank you.
Stephanie Snow Gebel, thanks so much for coming in.
All right.
And best of luck with everything. Let us know if we can do anything else.
Sounds good.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate having you in here. Coming up in just a few minutes, we're going to talk a little bit more about what happened today in Washington with this Jeff Sessions hearing, because this thing goes on and on. Any hope they had that this was going to be over quickly, I'm afraid that they are going to be a little disappointed. I mentioned this yesterday, and I'm going to get to it before the end of the show. I told you that in the state of Kentucky, one of the pro-life groups there has worked hard over the past weekend to add a couple of pro-life provisions that it's pretty clear are going to be signed by their new governor, Matt Bevin. I told you there are a lot of parallels with what's going on there in the state of Missouri right now. What do you think happened? Already somebody's taken